This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, yes, we'll get started. Uh, the first thing is yeah, thanks for joining the session. Yeah, we will be discussing about uh, the dev environment setup. What are the things are required and how we are going to set up and how do you create a project and how you will be executing. A simple hello world example. This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, and we'll discuss in upcoming sessions like the more theory and like the Java concepts. First, before we are going to start any or we are going to learn anything, we need to ensure that our dev environment is ready. Yeah, the basic things which is required is here is we need to uh, the first and foremost thing is we need to install the Java. Java needs to be installed here. So when it takes Java, just I'm going to install the JDK. Okay, in my machine already it is installed, but just I'll provide you the links where are the where you can go and download and how to install. Just I'll explain that here. So just you Google it for the JDK download. So you will get the latest version, whatever the available latest version you can download from the depends on your operating system. You can download like if I'm using the Mac, you can download the Mac, and if you're using the Windows, you can download the Windows. You can download the installer.exe. If you are using the Linux, you will be selecting the specific compatible version for your operating system. You would be selecting that here. Okay. Now here in my case, so I have taken the. Okay, let me put this link here. So the JDK downloads. If I go here, this is what the link. So I'll be pasting this link. Yeah, this is a link. You can go, you can visit, and you can download that here. I'll be sharing this file with you guys. So once you have done that installation, to ensure that whether JDK is installed properly or not, to check that here, you can open the terminal. There you can type the what is your JDK version. Okay, what is the JDK version? To check that here, Java hyphen version. You just type it here. If you get this, that means your JDK installation is successful. There is no issue at all. Okay, and you can type the uh, Java version. Okay, this is a one command Java. Let me maximize. Okay, here we can say that here. Cool. The font size is a little small. Okay. Java, you would be typing here minus version or minus V, I guess. No, minus V is not around here. Java version. So which will tell that what is the JDK version it is installed. So you can see here it is installed the 21.02. This is the latest version which is installed here. Like just let me type it here. There you are. So open the command prompt. You just type the Java minus version, which will tell that what version of the JDK it is installed. This is the basic thing which we need to install. And after that, how do you ensure that my JDK is working properly? So we need like the installations we have done that here. The installations we have done that here. Like we want to check that here whether my JDK is working properly or not. We need to check. Mm, and coding Windows properties. Okay, text. Let me increase the font size. I'm trying. It's very small. Okay, I change the font size. Just I'm going to change. Yeah, this is the font size. I kept it here 24. I don't think so. It is changed here. Java version. Mm, let me open the terminal once again. So could be that is okay. Now it is coming the now here we are going to say that here Java hyphen version. So which is going to show you that here. This is the latest version. It is saying that the installation version. It is showing that here. Now whether the things are working or not, how do you confirm that here? They have given the interactive shell. There's something called the command called the J shell. You just type the J shell. It is saying that here, welcome to J shell. So for an instructions to type help or intro, so help and intro, if you type that here, you'll get the help. Now what I'm doing here is, in the interactive shell, I'm going to print to print a simple message, system.out.println. So hello world. We'll be saying it as a just hello world we are saying here. And you enter, it is going to print the same thing it is printing here. So Java, we can you can work with the interactive shell. Like J shell you can open. The way you do it in Python, like the same thing, the prompt they have given here where you can execute your instructions. Suppose I want to find a math.sqrt square root of 16. What is the value it is going to return? Just you want to see that here. So when you are working in a project, sometimes you will get a doubt like, no, hey, what is the behavior of this particular method call, and what is exactly it is going to return. So you can quickly test that by using the JShell. So why I'm asking you to check the JShell command, JShell. Here we are ensuring that our installation is proper. To check that here, our installation and the things are working or not, to confirm that. You after installation, you open the JShell. Okay, after installation, just you type the JShell. Once JShell is open, you execute the some system.out.println. You'll say that here, welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. Something you'll say that message. If this print properly without any issues, that means your JDK is installed properly. Yeah, this is the one way you can confirm that here. The other option could be what you can do here is I exit. Okay, I exited from this. Now other option could be what you can do here is you can create a one directory. Okay, you can create a one directory. You can create it here. So I'm going to create a mkdir. This is nothing but the creating the directory. So Java hyphen. Okay, this is a I'll be saying that as a Java hyphen examples. Something I'm creating it as a one folder I'm creating here. CD Java examples. I'm going to say that here. Now I created a one directory. It's nothing but the here if you look at here. Okay, here we created a one directory we created here pwd the user data Java example. Okay, in the users. Okay, here we created a this is applications, not applications. Not sure. Okay. Let me go back. CD dot dot CD desktop. Okay. I'll create a directory in the desktop. That would be better. So mkdir. I'll be saying it as a Java examples. I'm going to say that here. Java examples. I'm creating a one directory. This is nothing but we are creating a directory in the desktop. We created a one directory. The directory is nothing but the folder we created. Okay, we created a one folder. So Java examples we created in the desktop, we created a one folder. Here we want to write a simple Java program. We want to write it here. We want to write a simple Java program. So to write that program, I should be going to this directory. Here I am going here inside the directory. I can create a one new file. I can create it here. So now here I'm cd Java examples. I'm going here. Okay, cd Java examples. I'm going here, and ls if I look at here, there is no files. Now I can create a one new file. I can create it here. So touch hello world.java. Okay, just we are creating the one new file called the hello world.java. Whether it's created or not, we can see here. It is created in one new file. You can open or edit with the whatever the text editor or whatever you have. I'm editing it as a text file. Hello world.java. We are editing it as a text file. We are going to edit. And now first thing is I'm going to write a public. Okay, let me for everything I have to here also font size is too small. Okay, the font size is let me increase to the 24. Okay, cool. Okay, here we are using the either you can use the notepad or you can use the if you are using the Windows you can use the notepad. Here we are using the text editor we are using here. Public public. I'm going to say class hello world. Then you are going to enter, and here we are you will be saying it as everything is a okay, public class hello world. I'm going to take it here. This is really crazy. Okay, public class hello world. Okay, this is a Java the Java. Whenever you create any class, the class name will be capital starts with the capital letter, and if it is having the multiple words, every word will start with the capital letter, and the name of the file should be same as the class name dot Java, and then we are going to write a main method. How to write the main method in Java? Main method will be written like this: public void static. This is the main method signature. Void main string array args. This is what main method signature is. Now we are going to open the bracket and we are going to close the bracket. You would be closing the bracket. We are going to close this here. Okay. If you look at here, we are creating the class. Inside the class, we have written the main method. In Java, everything you have to write it inside the class. What are the methods you are going to write it, and what are the logic you are writing here? Everything should be written in written inside the Java class. We need to write it here. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I want to print a one simple message. System dot out dot println welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. Something we are going to say that message and close this here. Now I am done with the my all my code changes. Okay, I created a simple file I created, and I'm going to save my program as a hello world.java, and we have written the public static void main. This is a main method and system.out.println. Now this is like, you have written like a high level English language we have written, and this needs to be compiled. It needs to be compiled. Then the compiled code we have to execute that here. Now what I'm doing here is we will have the command called the Java C hello world.java. Now if I look at here, in this directory we have a two files. One is a hello world.java, another one is a hello world.class. The moment I compile my program, it is going to generate a dot class file. It is going to generate. These dot class files are specific to the JVM. I'll be discussing in details about that here. Just we are ensuring that our dev environment is working properly or not. We are ensuring that here. Okay. Now, then how do you execute this program? There is a command called the java.hello world. No class, nothing. Just you are going to execute here. It said that welcome to Java world. Now, what are the steps you are going to execute here? First, whenever you are writing any Java program, we need to create a, okay, so hello world, we are going to write it as a hello world dot Java. We are creating a one file with the hello world dot Java. We are going to create it here. And the program should be written like this: public class, the name of the class, it is a hello world. And then here we are going to write a main method. You are going to write it here. What is the main method you will be writing here? Public static void main string args. This is the main method signature. What are the code we want to execute? We will be writing inside the main method. You are going to write it here. And to print the message on the console, we would be using the system.out.println, where we are going to say your message. What is the message? You would be saying that as a welcome to Java world. Okay. Or we are going to say it as a hello world. Okay. Hello world, we would be saying that here. You close this here. Now this program, you are going to save it. And once you save this program, and we need first step one is we need to compile. Compile Java code, we need to compile that here. To compile that, you would be using the command called the Java C. Java C stands for the Java compiler. This comes as a part of the JDK installation and your class name, hello world.java. The moment you compile this program, this is going to generate you, the program is going to generate you, this is going to generate you the dot class file. The dot class file will be created as a hello world dot class file. It is going to create it here. And this dot class file, in order to execute in Java, we would be using the Java hello world. We are going to do that here. There is no class, nothing. If everything is compiled, if there is no compilation errors, syntactically if it is correct, then it is going to generate a dot class file. And once dot class file is generated, we can execute Java and you will give your class name. It is going to start the Java runtime environment by loading this dot class file into the memory, and it will start execution from the main method. What are the things you have written in the main method? Those steps are going to be executed. So if you do this here and if things are fine, that means your JDK installation is proper. There is no issues. Okay. So far, any questions, guys? Does anyone has any questions? Don't worry too much about that. What is this public static void main? So at this point of time, you can take it as a this is a main method signature. Okay.
Sorry,
So later, yeah, go ahead, please.
I joined a bit late. I just want to confirm the Java download. Did you do that in the same folder as the programs, or like the path?
No, no.
Did you download it into regular downloads?
Yeah, regular downloads you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so no need of setting path variables and all that.
These days, the most of the modern operating systems will pick the paths automatically. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
So earlier we used to set like where your JDK is installed,
right.
like
Yeah,
home and path, and then we need to set the class path. Three variables we need to set that here.
correct.
Uh, but these days, I think most of the operating systems, when you are doing the executable files, automatically they are going to take the path and it will be added to the path variables.
Got it. And similarly, if you are going to use an ID like Eclipse or IntelliJ, even there we don't need to set. Those will also pick up the path automatically.
Yes, automatically it will pick up what are the JDK installation. I'm going to show you that now. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay. So this is practically when you are working in a projects, you will not do the coming to the command prompt and compiling your programs, because projects will have the huge code, like, no, some of the projects may have the 10 to 12 modules, and it will have the lakhs of classes. Okay, so then practically executing these classes from the command prompt, it is it is like you can't imagine that. Like most of the times we will be using the IDEs, we are going to use it here, because here the problem is my source code is in one directory, and my I have to go to the directory, I have to open the command prompt and execute the command and go back. If there is any issue, again you have to go to the source code, again fix that issue. Like, no, the you are going to do the you are switching the command prompt and the your IDE and sorry, editor. The editors may not be that grateful help for you. Whenever you make syntax errors, it won't highlight and it won't give the any suggestions. Like, no, whenever you type something, if it gives the like what are the possible options, and, if it gives the code suggestions, it will be very it will be very helpful for the developers to make use of that features. We would be using the IDEs, and here IDE I'm going to use it in this session. IntelliJ IDE I'm going to use it here. IntelliJ IDEA I'm going to use it here, and this IntelliJ IDEA, it's a community edition. I would be using that here. So ultimate, and we have a community edition. So download the community edition. You download and you install that here. Okay. Let me put it this link also here. I'm going to add this link. Okay, I'm going to add this link here. The IDE installation. So this is the IDE. We are going to take it here. And when you are taking the IDE, ensure that you are copy this, and I'm going to paste it. Okay, let me put it in text mode, and I'm going to paste this here. Come on. This is really crazy. I don't know, some reason it is copying it as the image. No, okay. This looks fine. So this is here you can select the what is operating system you are using. Download, you can go here. This is a link, and from there you select the what is operating system. Automatically it will be picked your operating system, and you download the specific to your operating system. You download and do the installation. That installation also very simple and straightforward. You need not to do anything special. So just follow the installation wizard. You follow that here. Once you have done that here, now here I have already done that installation. IntelliJ IDE, you open this here. This is the IDE which is going to open, and it's a brand new, and we did not create any project here. Now we want to create a simple Hello World project. We want to create that is also Maven project. We want to create here. Now I'm going to create a new project. Okay, here we have a new project. I'm going to create it here. This is a new project. You when you select that here, and here we need to give the where the location. Okay, where you want to store your projects and
We're
what is
still
the name of.
seeing, sorry, we're still seeing your browser. I don't know if you're sharing a different part.
I'm showing the IntelliJ IDEA. It is not visible.
I don't know if it's just me, but at least yeah, I'm only seeing the browser.
Share entire screen. I'm sharing now.
Still loading 1 second. Yeah, now I can see it. Thank you.
Now you can see that. Okay. Here, like, what I'm saying is that, like, once you open your IntelliJ IDEA, where you are going to create a new project. This is a place where we want to create a new project. Just create a new project. Let me minimize this. This is not required. Okay. Here we are going to say that here. What is the name of your project? You need to give that here. I'm going to give it as a first. We will choose the location. Okay. I will put the location. You can open this here. It's inside the document it's creating. Inside the document, I'm going to create a one new folder. I'm going to create it here. And this folder name is, I'm going to give it as a Java hyphen WS hyphen John. Okay, we can give the Java WS workspace. I'm going to give it here. Java WS, I'm going to give the workspace. This is a folder name. I'm going to create it here. So that what are the project I'm going to create, that project is going to be stored inside the Java WS, and I will be giving this project name as a Java, or we can say it as a for Java CJ. You can say it as the project name. I don't know. So let's put it as a Hello World project. Okay, I'm not doing anything here. Just we are going to say it as a Hello World. You see here, automatically JDK has been picked because we have installed the JDK 21. We have installed. Okay, automatically it is installed. It is picked the JDK 21. It has picked that here. And now here we can select the either you want to do the Maven project or Java with the Maven. I'm going to select it here. And then advanced settings, you have a group ID. We can say it as a com dot. Okay, the career ID. And where I'm going to say it as a, this is the artifact ID is a CJ. I'm going to say that here. CJ is a core Java. So now here, okay, we don't want to any sample code to be generated. Just we are going to say that here. Here we are going to create a one simple Maven project, Java Maven project, and we are going to say it as a my group ID is a my company name, a reverse of the your domain name. Suppose if it is a careerit.com, so com.careerit, and here what is your project name? I'm learning the core Java. Just I'm going to give it as a CJ. I'm going to say that here. And name of the project also will you will make it as a Java JFS. I'll say it as a JFS. So Jan. Okay, Jan. I'll be saying it as a 2024. This is our name of the my project. I'm going to give it here. Okay. So JSF, okay, JF, Java full stack January batch. I'm going to say that here, and here we are going to say it as a my Java full stack. I'll be saying here. Cool. This is the name of the project I'm going to give here. This is the name of the project, and this is the artifact ID JFS, and this is a group ID, and you create a project. I'm going to create a new project. I'm creating here. Hello. Um, yeah. Now here, if you look at here, here we have created the one Maven project you created. Don't worry about the Maven pom.xml, and I will be discussing about that here. Just you create a one Maven project, and here we have a directory structure called the src main. There is a Java src test. There is a Java. Inside this Java, you create a new package. This a package name is com.careerit.jfs Java full stack day one. Okay, I'm going to say it as a day one. I will say it here. And here we are going to create a one new file. I'm going to create it here. Hello world. Okay. Uh, Windows. Okay. How do
Sorry,
I?
again, your sharing is seems to be blocked. I'm just seeing IntelliJ main.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Just I'm changing the font size. The font size is too small. editor general, the font, I'm going to make it as 18, 18 or 20. I'm going to make it here. Okay, cool. Can you see this? I'm in a class name called the Hello World, public class
No.
Hello World. Others also, can someone confirm, please?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, now we
Okay,
can see.
I'm typing here main method. I'm going to type it here. Okay, main method, when you're typing here, ID is, we need not to type the complete name, just you type the main and enter, then it is going to say that here. And here we are going to type the system.out.println. Okay, we can use the shortcut s out, automatically it gives that here. And here we are going to say it as a welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world, you would be saying that here. Now we have created the project and we have written the simple hello world example. Suppose if I make any syntax error, immediately it is going to highlight that here. Hey, there is a syntax error. Why don't you correct it that here? Now, in order to execute your program, just you are going to run this here. It's going to compile your program. Yeah, initially it will take a few seconds. Then it is saying that here, welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. It is printed here. So what we have done that here, let me explain now once again. Let me explain once again. Now we created a one in documents. I created the Java workspace, and I'm going to delete this project. We don't just I'm deleting the move to trash. I'm deleting here, and we here also it is going to be deleted here. Now what I'm first thing is what we are going to do here is we would be creating the one new project. We are going to create it here. I'm repeating the same steps. New project and give the name of the project. I'm going to give the JFS Java full stack. I'm going to say it as a Jan. I would be saying it as a Jan. And here my directory is the same and the Java, and we are selecting the Maven. And in advanced settings, you would be saying it as a what is your group ID and what is your artifact ID. We are going to select. You are going to say that here. Okay, here we are going to say that my artifact ID is a JSF. I'm saying here and create the project. This window, once you create the project, okay, you can go to the src main. Java is a directory. First you create a one simple package, you create it here. We are going to create a simple package, com.careerit.jfs.day1. So this is a day one examples. Like typically it would be your reverse of the your company domain name and your project name and your module name. Now I'm doing the day one, and now I'm going to create a one new class called the Java class. I'm creating here. This is the class name is I'm going to say it as a hello world. Okay, just we set the hello world, and here we are going to write it here. The main method we are going to do this here, and what do you want to type it here? Just you will say that system.out.println. So here this is a place where we are going to say it as a welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. We are going to specify. Then we are going to run. You would be seeing the output as what is output. Just you can see that here. Welcome to Java world. It's printed here. Suppose if you are doing the another example, another like no sum of two numbers, you want to find it here, and here we are going to say it as a sum of two numbers. This is my class name. Sum of two numbers. I'm going to find it here. Then we are going to type a main method. This is a main method. Now what I want to do here is I want to find the sum of two numbers. First you are going to take the number one, what is the value, and we are going to take the int number two, what is the value, and then here we are going to find the int sum equal to, I'm adding the number one plus number two, and finally we want to display the output sum of, okay, plus number one plus, and we are going to print the number two plus is, you would be printing the sum. Okay. So now here we are doing here the sum of, this is our own message. The sum of number one and number two is what is the result we would be printing here. Now I'm going to run this here. When I run this here, what is the output? It's going to show that here. We can see that here. The sum of 10 and 20 is 30. It is going to say that here. This is a message that whenever you are using your message, you would be putting inside the double quotes. Whenever you want to print the variable value, just without double quotes, you are going to append to this. You are going to concatenate to the this string plus value at this number one, plus you are going to add this string and value at this number, and again you are adding the string and value at the sum you are going to add it here. So now here, in order to format this code, we have to format this code. You can go to the code, and there is something called the format the code. Okay, just we are going to say it as a format the code. We are going to say that here, option command L. Okay, option command L, which is going to format the your code. Okay, it is going to format the code. Earlier the code was, it's like this. Okay, there is no space, nothing. It's like, no, whenever you are typing initially, you may do these mistakes, like, no, without space, just you might have typed this is the way you might have typed here. There is no space between the operators, and there is no space. So what you can use here, you can go to the code, just format code, you can say that here, and shortcut for this in a Mac, it is a command, like, no, this is the options command L, which we are going to use it here. So which would be formatting the code, it is going to format here. Okay. So once you have done that formatting the code, then you can execute and you can see that here. So this is the way the IDs, when you are using here, like, you know, if I'm typing something, automatically it gives the help, it is going to give that here. It is going to give you some suggestions, it is going to give it here. So that or whenever you make a mistake, immediately it is going to highlight, and your compilation will be done the moment you write that code, and at the same time you can see the output in the console itself. Like, no, the IDs are, it will provide the, like, in order to develop applications, compilers, debuggers, and connecting with the databases. Okay, opening your external files, everything you can do it in one place. So that's where the people would prefer the IDs than the working in the notepads and do. Like, it's really notepad. It's difficult to type. Okay, it's a difficult to type it in notepad, and like, your application sometimes it may go really large. Like, opening in a notepad, it's a nightmare. You can say that here. So everybody uses uh, the in the projects, everybody uses the one of the IDs. Like, no, it can be a IntelliJ ID, and it can be Eclipse, it can be a NetBeans. Yeah. So that depends on the company, what they are using. Like, purely depends on, like, they may be using the paid version, some of the companies. So if you are completely open source, if you want to get it that here, Eclipse is completely free. You can use it here. But in case of the IntelliJ, only community edition is a free. So if you want to unlimited edition, you have to pay for that. So for us to learn Java, I think community edition is good enough. So whereas in unlimited editions, you will have the extra features which will increase your productivity. Anyway, so you guys can install the community edition. You can install it. So this will ensure that here our Java is installed, our IDE is installed, and things are working fine. There is no issue. There is no issue. So both are fine. Yeah. And another thing is, the source code, whatever I created here, source code, this source code has to be put it in a common place where you can access, where you can access. For that, we need to use the something called the JIT. Okay, we need to install the JIT also. Now, what you guys can do that here. Just download the JIT. JIT download, you do that here. Okay, JIT download. You can select the JIT. Depends on your operating system. Okay, what is the operating system you are going to use it here? Okay, Depends on your operating system. Just I'm typing the git download. Okay, this is a place where you can go here and git. You download and install the git you install here. Suppose if I'm doing the Mac, so here we can use the command prompt. You can use it here. Homebrew. You can install the by using the brew command. You can install here. Already my installation is happening here. The JIT is installing. So because this IntelliJ IDE is recommended that here, hey, you need a JIT, you install that here. Otherwise, you can just copy this command. If you're using the Mac, and if you're in Windows, it's a simple, straightforward. You'll get a you'll get a directly executable file. That executable file you install that. Okay, you just install. And now here whether JIT is installed or not, how do you confirm that here? Okay, you can open the terminal again. Terminal, I'm going here. I'm going to check that here. JIT, I'm checking here. JIT iPhone version. Does it work? Yeah. Unknown command, JIT minus V. JIT is installed in my case. So JIT 2.39.3 it is installed. Now once you install the JIT, and another thing is here, you create a one now GitHub account. You create a one GitHub account. You create it here. GitHub account. You create a one GitHub account. You can create. So this GitHub account, it's like you can register. If you have, already you have an account, then there is no problem. If not, you can create a one new account. You can create it here. Since I have an account now, I'm not going to create a one more account. I'm not going to create it here. So you guys can create a one account you can create and ensure that you are logging into that account. Okay, cool. So once you are done with these things, now this code needs to be pushed to the your GitHub repository. It needs to be pushed. Okay, we need to push to the GitHub repository. How I am going to do that GitHub repository? First, I am going to create a one new repository. I'm going to create it here. This repository name is I'm going to say it as a same as this name itself. I'm going to take it here. JFS yarn. I'm going to take it here and create a repository. And it's a public repository. I'm going to create it here. Now they are saying that here, hey, you if you have a already repository, what you could do here is remote add. This is a repository. You add it and you create a branch and you push your code. You are going to push your code. It is going to say that here. Now before that, just let me explain that here how we are going to use the JIT, the basics, how we are going to use the JIT commands. JIT commands, how we are going to use it here. I'll explain that here. Now you created a one new. What I'm doing here is, so I will come out of this here. CD dot dot. I'm in the desktop. I'm going to create a mkdir. Okay, mkdir. I'm going to create a nodes. One directory I'm creating here. CD nodes. I am in this CD notes, I'm in this directory. What they are saying here, you can follow this here. Hey, whenever you are creating the GitHub repository, okay, I will create a one more repository. This is a new repository. I'm going to create it here by name called the notes. I'm creating the one repository name called the notes. I'm going to create it here. Now they are saying that here, hey, if you are creating a new repository with the command line, you follow these instructions they are saying. Apart from that, nothing else they are saying here. So you need to create a first one echo. You do this here, read me. Like this is a notes you are going to say that here. Okay, I'm executing these steps without any thinking. First thing is I'm going to say that here echo. I'm going to use it here. Now, if you look at here, ls, we created the one readme.md file we created here. Readme.md file. What is that readme contains here? Just I want to see that here. If you see this here, there is a note. whatever the echo, what I'm doing here is this echo command, this value it will write it into this file. If the file is not available, it is going to create a one file. Okay, now I created a ls minus l, I'm going to say that here we created a one file we created, that's a readme.md file, it's created. What is the next step they're saying? You do the git init, you do the git initialization, you do that here. Okay, now I'm copying this here, git init, I'm going to do this here. I did this here also, initializing the initialized git empty repository in this directory, it is saying here. Okay, cool. Next, we are going to add git add. You're saying that here git add. I'm just following the instructions what they have given. I added the git add. I added here readme.md. I added the git. I'm adding my file for the git tracking. I'm adding here. Okay, once you have done that here, and they are saying that you commit the your file. Git commit. I'm going to do this here. Okay, my first commit, and now it is saying that here. Okay, git commit, when I did this git commit, okay, committer, it say that your name and email address were configured automatically based on the your system name, username. Okay, this is what it is saying that here, danta, this is my username, and if you want to, we can configure the username and system name, we can configure that here. After doing this here, you may fix the identity using the commit with this, it's saying that here. Okay, now I'm going to say that here I don't want to use my system name and my email ID. Just I'm going to copy this here. I'm pasting this command and edit. It is saying that here username, it is saying it as a data, and email equal to, this is what it has taken here. Now, okay, here we would be saying it as a, my username is, okay, I will be selecting here username. I'm going to configure here Java with LWL. This is my username, and here we are going to say it as the same thing, we are going to use it here, java with lwl at the rate of gmail.com. Okay, now you can remove the uncommented things, you can remove. Now here we are going to say it as a, hey, this is my username, this is my email. Yeah, this is also brand new laptop, I did not configure, just I'm configuring here, and you might be getting the same options, you'll get it here. Once you have done that here, you just save this configurations, and now they are saying that here, hey, whatever the previously you committed, you amend and set the author information. Okay, now I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to paste this here. Git amend author information. It is going to say that here. Yeah, first commit. Cool. I think we can WQ. I can ignore this here. Now here, if you look at here, Git status. If I look at here, nothing to commit. Git log. If you look at here, Git log, its author is saying that as a Java with LWL, and this is the first commit. Only we have done the one commit. We have done that here. So this is the first commit. It's saying here. Now, what is the next step they are saying here? You create a new branch. You create a new branch. This is called the main branch. I'm going to create a one new branch. I'm creating here. The main branch I'm creating here. And then next step, they're asking to add the Git remote repository. Okay, so far whatever we have done, it is in the local. We are going to add a Git repository. We are going to add it here. Remote, we are going to add it here. Hey, this is my remote repository. I'm going to add the Git remote repository. I'm adding here. And then they are saying that here you do the Git push. We are going to do the Git push. Now it may not allow. Okay, I'm going to push to the Git remote. I'm going to push my code, and it may ask my username. Okay, it may ask my username and password. Username and password. It will ask that here. This will ask only once. The subsequent, it won't ask you the username and password, it won't ask you that here. Now, the username, I know that here we are going to give my username. Okay, we can see that here, where do you get that username and passwords? If you go to the username, this is my username. Okay, this is my username. I'm going to select my username. We are going to select it here, and we are entering the username. And now we need to enter the password. Okay, this password is, it won't take the password which whatever you created during the account creation. We need to create a token. We need to create it here. Access token we need to create. How do you create that access token? Let me explain this here. Here you can go to the settings. There is something called the developer settings. Where is that? Yeah, developer settings, and here personal access token, and here we are going to create a, okay, here we are going to grant a new token, generate a new token. We can select it here. I hope this, yeah, generated new token. I'm going to say it as the token, I can give it as a 2024 row. I'm going to say it as a JFS. I'm going to say it as a 2024. I'm giving this some name for that. And here we are going to say it as a no expiry for this token. Okay, here we can use the custom expiry, and we'll put it as a, okay, expires 2025. Let's put it as a January. Okay, it is going to expire on the January 1st. It is going to expire, and I'm going to give all the things. I'm giving all the permissions. I'm going to give it here. Delete everything by using that access token. I'm giving all the permissions I'm giving here. Okay, generally we need to select the what are the only few repositories we can give the permissions. Now in this case, it's admin permission. I'm going to give all the permissions I'm giving here. Now grant a access token, and this token, what are the token it's created, you ensure that this token is, once you refresh your page, this token will not be visible for you. Okay, this token will not be visible. You can copy and maintain in somewhere. Okay, otherwise now once you lose that, you cannot get it back that. Now what we are going to do here is, I'm going to put it inside one notepad. I'm going to put that my token. Okay, to be safer side. Now here I'm going to enter that password. Just you paste that password and you do the enter. Now there is no problem. Okay, it has pushed the code to the main branch. It has pushed, and you can see whatever the, okay, here if I go back to the my notes. Okay, here if you look at here repository, you see here the file has been pushed. Readme.txt file notes, it has pushed here. Suppose if I am adding the some more changes, I'm going to add it here. Okay, in the notepad I'm going to create a touch. I'll be, or we are going to set as a touch, yeah, touch day one, uh, day1.txt. I am creating the day1.txt, touch day2.txt. I created the two files I created. So if you look at here ls, we created the readme day1.txt, day2.txt. These files I want to push this code. If you check the git status, it is saying that here, hey, you have a two untracked files. One is a day1.txt, another one is a day2.txt. You should add for the tracking, and they are saying that here nothing to add it to the commit, but untracked files are present. Use git add. I'm going to say it as a git add day1.txt, day1 dot day1.txt, day2.txt. I'm adding for the git tracking. I'm adding here. Now if you check it here git status, it is saying that here, hey, you added but you haven't committed that here. you need to commit the changes. Okay, one is like no, to restore you can go to the git restore hyphen hyphen staged, the file name you can use it here, or to make it these changes permanent we are going to do that here, git commit minus m, this is a message added to added day one and day two files, something we are going to do that here, this is a message we are saying here. Now I added, but still you don't see that code in the remote repository, you don't see that code in the remote repository, just it is empty. Now, in order to push these changes to the remote repository, we would use the command called the git branch. First, you check the git branch. I'm in the which branch? I'm in the main branch. I want to push this code to the main branch itself. Git push. This time, it doesn't ask you the password. Directly, it will push the code because already we have. It is going to save that your GitHub Git username and password credentials. It is going to show that. Now, if you go back and see that here, if you refresh, you will see there is a two files. One is a MD file, day1.txt, day2.txt. Now, tomorrow you changed your laptop, or you just imagine that here cd dot dot. I'm going to delete rm minus rf notes dot. Okay, I'm going to delete this. Yeah, rm minus rf. I'm going to say it as notes. ls. If you look at here, ls minus l. Okay, we did total zero. We don't have anything here. Now I am going to create I want to clone, I want to get this source code, whatever the source code here, it is there. I want to get it into my local repository. What you could do here is you can copy this here. Now I'm going to my command prompt, git, I'll be saying that is a clone, you paste this, the URL. Now it is going to clone the project from the remote repository. It is going to clone that here. CD notes, if I see this here, and ls, you can see what are the changes you have done that here. You can see that here. Like now, whenever you are working in the project, the source code, like people will be sitting the different time zones and the different locations, and you should have the common place where you are going to put your source code. To manage your source code, you would be using the GitHub. You are going to use it here, GitHub or Bitbucket. Like, so the GitHub account, you create a GitHub account, you create a one project and follow the installation, the instructions what they have given, and you push one project to the your GitHub repository, so that you will get the, hey, how to create a repository, how to create a basic project and pushing to the GitHub repository. There are a lot of commands are there. Like now, if we take it here, there are a lot of commands we will be using that here. Git init. The first command we are going to use the git init. We are initializing that here. Git add, and we are going to add the files, and git commit minus m, and your message you are going to say that here. What are the message you want to add it here? You would be adding here. This is a message you are going to say that here, and then you are going to say it as a git push. This is the, so far we have used it. These are the commands: init, add, commit, and push. So now here, how do I push the my project? Like now I created one project, I created here. I want to push this project to the GitHub repository. I want to push this project to the GitHub repository. Here also it's a simple. Okay, here if you take that here, git, there is a version control system, share project on GitHub. Okay, it is asking the, hey, this is a repository name, John, and we are going to say it as and it is asking the add account. Okay, login with the GitHub. I'm going to say that here, login with the GitHub. Okay, just it is logged in. Authorize the GitHub. Now it has been authorized. We don't have any problem now. Now I'm going to say it as a share. Okay, this is a repository name. Okay, this is saying that here already we have a repository. Okay, what I will be doing here is create a Git repository. No, we want to add this project to the GitHub repository. Okay, VCS version control system, share project on GitHub, share on GitHub. I'm going to say that here. Okay, it has been loaded, and I'm going to remove this here. Otherwise, we can add that here. Some reason it is saying that here already we created a repository with the same name. We have created the repository. If you go back and if you look at here, we created a repository with the same name we created here. Okay, let me look at these repositories. Here we created a JSF Jan. We created the same repository we created here. One thing what we can do here is we can delete and we can recreate that. Okay, settings, if I go here and at the end you will get the option called the delete. Delete this repository. I want to delete. Okay, just they're asking us to type this is what we need to type it here. Okay, there is no point in deleting that here. That's okay for now. I'll explain the later. Now here I'm going to share my project with my repository, GitHub. I would be saying that here, and I'm going to, this is not a private repository, just we are going to share that here. Okay, fine. Git is not installed. Xcode select. This is saying that here, hey, Git is not installed in your directory. It is saying that here. I think it requires the restart. We need to do that here. Once you restart your IDE, the thing should start working. Okay, I need to restart my ID. I need to restart it here. Okay, don't worry about that part. So we will restart and we'll see that here. The basic thing is here, like now, how to use the Git and with the basic command. The Git is not only for the projects, guys. Like now, whenever you are working with the documents, also, you want to maintain the multiple versions of your document. You want to maintain. Like now, whenever you make changes, you want to maintain the versions, the JIT will be used. It's not only used by the developer communities, it can be used in other places as well. Okay. So the main advantage of JIT is version control system. Like no, it will maintain the multiple versions. Suppose at any point of time you want to go back to the previous version, you can go back to the previous version. And whenever the people are working in teams and they will be sitting in a different corners, you want to share the code. What are the code changes you made? Somebody, they have to see that, and on top of that they want to add the code. They would be using the JIT. They are going to use it here from the day one you enter into the organization. You would be using the JIT. Initially you may feel the first class itself, why this gentleman is explaining these are the concepts, why don't we start with the simple hello world example. Yeah, we can do that, but thing is that always you should get practice with the what the industry is using. So from the day one, if you learn that here, first one day you may feel it is difficult because you are not familiar with this the terminology. The moment you start using that, you will get used to that and you will become the more familiar. Okay, so the project, whatever you are going to create it here, you create a Maven project, a simple hello world example, also create a Maven project and you test that. And if things are working fine, then your development environment is ready. Okay, so here I have to restart my JIT. Okay, I have to restart the create a JIT repository, use local registry. Okay, this is what I'm saying here. Share this project, and already it is shared. This is not a private repository. Share. Okay, repository is already exist. It is saying that here. Okay, now I would be opening the terminal. I'm going to open that here. I'll be saying it as a JIT status. Okay, no JIT repository is initialized in this directory. Okay, JIT init, I can specify that here. JIT status. Okay, Git status, I'm going to check that here. Git add dot Git. I'm going to say it as I added the Git commit. I added that here, Git commit -m first Java project. Okay, this is your own message. You can write whatever you want. You can write it here. Git push. Okay, I'm going to say that here. Okay, Git push. We need to give the URL. It is saying that here. Okay, Git push. Whenever you make some mistake, immediately it is going to show that here. Okay, here we can see here Git changes. It's a strange. Git push remote. We need to add it here. Already for this remote branch is not added. It is saying here. Okay, it looks little strange. Okay, repository, if we look at here, and John, I'm going to say it here. Yeah, remote repository, we can add it like this. Yeah, I'm going to add the remote repository. I'm going to add it here. Now, here we are going to main branch. I'm going to say that here. This we need not to do that, guys. Like I automatically ID should take care of that. But since it's failing, just I'm doing the manually. I'm doing here. Git push -u origin main. We are going to push that here. This code will be pushed to the your repository. You can see that here. This is a place where we created the day one, and we can see two examples we created here. Hello world. The next time when you are adding, when you want to get this source code from the remote repository, we want to get that here. How do you get that remote repository? Let me explain this here. With that, we will conclude that here. I'm going to delete this project. From here, I'm deleting this project. Move to trash. I'm going to say that here. And now today is the first day you join the company. Okay, now they are saying that here, hey, why don't you get your source code, like why don't you get your source code from the GitHub repository? They will be giving the access. At the same time they will give the link. This is your link. You open your IDE, then you are going to go to the Git. You are going to say that Git clone, and you give your repository name. We are going to give the repository name. Okay, Git. I'm going to say that here. No developers can found install sudo xcode switch path xcode see the man code. I think the Git installation it requires the rebooting my machine. Okay. Otherwise, one more thing we can do that here. Settings. I'm going to the plugins. Okay. I'm going to select the plugins. I'm selecting here. Just I'm selecting the plugins. Let me go here. Git. By default, I thought it get the Git. Fine. I think Git is not installed. It is saying that here. Okay, Git is not installed. That's reason it is not found. It is saying here. Java is it could recognize, but the Git installation it could not find that here. So maybe the rebooting of the machine may help us. Okay. Now don't worry. So here what we can do here is suppose if it is not working the your IDE from the IDE we are unable to clone the project. If you are unable to clone the project from the IDE, what you could do here is you go to the one of the directory cd dot dot. I'm going to here. Okay, I'm in the desktop. You can copy the git clone. You paste your URL. Okay, you are going to paste your URL. We are going to paste it here. Now this project is going to be cloned. Now you open your IDE. IntelliJ IDE you open. Okay, now you say that here open project, and in the desktop we created the JSF Jan, and you just say that open. I trust this project and it is going to open in this directory. This is a place it is open now here. Yeah. Now this project is open here now. Okay, I think now you can check this here. This is a project which is having the SRC. Then we have a hello world where you can execute that here. Suppose if I add a one more file, new file, I'm going to add it here. This is I'm going to say it as a uh, something greetings. I'm going to say that here. I'm going to say it as a greetings. The main method I'm writing here, and sys out, s out, s out. I'll be saying that here. Greetings from Java world. Okay, greetings from Java world. We are going to say that here. Now I created this file I created here. What I can do here is, okay, here you made the changes. You can select it here, and here we are going to say it as a, hey, I added the new file, added new file to greet. Okay, something you are going to say that here. Now I am going to say it as a commit and push. It knows that where to push. Already everything it has been configured. So just we are going to push this code. We are going to push this code. Now the code has been pushed to the your remote repository. You can go back and you can see that here. Earlier we have a two files. Now it is a three files. We have a three files we are having here. So this is the way we will be end of the day. I will be pushing the code and what are the examples I have done that here. All these examples you can see that here. All the examples you will be seeing that here. And the as a first class, some of the things like no, I said this is the way you need to install. This is what I have given the instructions. What you can do here is just go and do. Okay, let me share this link as well. Okay, I'm going to put this is a shareable link. I'm going to put it here. So how I'm going to share this link is I will put a here one new file. I'm going to write it here. This is a notes. I'm going to say that here. Okay, I'll be adding this is a link. I'm going to add it here. Just I'm adding this is a link. I'm adding here so that the moment you open that link, you will get that here. So now I added the notes and I need to push this code as well. Okay, notes added notes and I'm going to commit and push. I'm going to do this here and just you push this. Okay, I need to share with you. This is a remote repository link I need to share with you guys. Okay, I'm going to copy this here. Okay, this is a link I'm going to copy that here. Like you can see that here. What are the notes? Like if you open the notes, you will get the Excalibur notes. What are the running notes I have written? You will get it here. And how to clone this project also I explain that here. It's like no, you open the you copy this and you go to the what is the directory you want to be. Okay, I'll delete this Java ws. Okay, I want to put it in this directory. You open the terminal here. Okay, open terminal here. Okay, let me. Okay, here we can say that here quick actions, no new terminal at this folder. Now you can do here git clone. You paste that URL. What are the URL I'm going to share with you? Git clone. You do that here. So that is going to get the project. Now if you look at here, you will get the project. You will get it here. Notes. You can open the notes and whatever I have typed, everything will get it here. Tomorrow, what you will do once I push the new code, just you do the git pull. You are going to do the git pull. You will be doing that here. The latest code you are going to get that here. Everything cd jfs git pull. You will say that here. And if there is any code changes in the remote, that will be pulled. Otherwise, it is going to say it as the everything is up to date. It is going to say that here. Okay. uh, to use that, what are the git command, whatever I'm saying here, like here we are going to do this here. Git clone, you paste your repository name. Git clone, What are the repository name? You just paste the your repository name. You are going to paste this here. Copy. Git clone. This is really crazy. Git clone. I'm going to paste this here. Just you do that here. You will get the latest code. Whatever the code we have typed, that's the code you are going to get it here. Yeah. So I need to share with you this is the Git link I need to share with you guys. Just I'm going to put it inside the command. What is that? Sorry, messages. I'm going to put that here. Okay, you can copy that Git link. You copy that here. I pasted in comments. Oh, sorry, not comments. It is in chat. I pasted. You can copy that link so that you can. It is lag when we are moving that. It is fine for me. Okay. Fine. Once you copy that link, you can try git clone. You do that from the git command prompt and ensure that you have installed the git and you create a GitHub account you create when you're coming before coming to the tomorrow's class and try to play with the simple hello one directory you create. You add the few more files and you push that and you pull the code. You delete that and you pull the code whether things are working or not. You just play with that. And then later, next step is you can clone this project and you see that whether all the documents are available or not. And when tomorrow, whenever I push the code, how to check the get the latest code, you just verify that. Okay, by using the git pull command. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Yeah, without giving the pause, I was continuing for long. Any questions? Okay, by the way, you guys are with me? Not even single person is ready to respond. Yeah. Okay, in the first class, if the things are no, if you feel it's too much for you, don't worry, guys. No, we are going to use every day. You will be using these git commands. You will get more familiar with that. The day one itself, you will not understand you will not get it everything. If you're already familiar with that, it may be simple. The thing is that from the beginning you need to learn the best practices and what is the industry is using. You would be using the best practices. We are going to use it even though initially you may feel it's difficult. You will get used to that here. Yeah. So tomorrow we will get start with the writing the a simple I discussed the without to without understanding the what is the class and how we are going to use that class. What is the main method? I explained that here. We will get start with the theory session. What is the Java? The flavors of the Java and why do you need to compile your program? When you compile, what it happens? Then when you are executing the Java command, what exactly it happens? What is the JVM, JDK, JRE difference between them? We'll be discussing. So as a first class, just I want to explain you that here, uh, how to set up your dev environment. Okay, there is nothing we started with the Java. So just we set up the JDK and we set up the one IDE and we set up the one JIT and we saw that here how to use and how to execute that without knowing the Java. We just created a classes and we executed and at the same time JIT also we did not understand. We don't have the fair understanding of the JIT. I'll be discussing the JIT as a separate topic. I'll be discussing the basic usage. You should know how to push the code, how to pull the code, and the basic commands creating the GitHub account and using uses of the basic commands. We learn that. Thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll we'll be discussing about the more details about the what are the so we learn, we'll discuss in details. Thank you.
So I have a question like where I can see the recording session?
It will be shared with your email or it will be uploaded into the YouTube. You can see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys. If you don't have any questions, yeah.